Some stories feel familiar the moment you hear them. They echo something your grandmother once said. They sound like a warning you grew up with. They feel known even when you can't remember the first time you heard them. That familiarity is not a coincidence. That is folklore. Folklore isn't locked inside history books. It lives with us, in our words, our habits, our warnings, and our laughter. Folklore is the collection of stories, beliefs, customs, traditions, and sayings passed down within a community, most often through spoken word and not on written pages. It belongs to the people. Folklore reflects how groups understand the world. It explains the unexplainable. It preserves shared values, fears, humor, and wisdom long after the original storyteller has passed away. What counts as folklore? Folklore appears in many forms, including myths, stories that explain beginnings, creation, gods, and nature, legends, tales connected to real people or places stretched by time, folk tales, fictional stories meant to teach, warn, or entertain, urban legends, modern myths passed along as secondhand truths, proverbs, and sayings, shared wisdom like, don't count your chickens before they hatch, customs and rituals, food traditions, holidays, and rites of passage, songs, dances, and jokes, expressions shaped by lived experience. If something is repeated, remembered, and reshaped, it may be folklore. Folklore becomes especially powerful when it lives inside storytelling. This is where the magic begins. Folklore creates an instant connection. When a storyteller references folklore, recognition happens, often subconsciously. Their recognition builds trust. Instead of saying, I learned the hard way, is what a storyteller might say. Like my grandmother always said, if you don't listen, life will make you listen. The story no longer belongs to just one person. It becomes shared. Folklore teaches without preaching. Folklore carries lessons without lectures. In storytelling, this means lessons feel earned. Meaning is discovered naturally. Stories remain engaging instead of instructional. This is why folklore works so well in stories about mistakes, growth, survival, and resilience. Folklore grounds stories in culture and place. Folklore reveals where a story comes from and who it belongs to. In storytelling, it can root a story in a specific family or community, preserve cultural identity, honor ancestors and lived experience. In true life storytelling, personal stories do not stand alone. They echo cultural memory. Folklore gives stories structure. Many folk tales follow familiar patterns, challenges, journeys, lessons learned, and transformation. Storytellers, often without realizing it, use these same patterns to shape real-life stories that feel complete and satisfying. Humans may forget facts, but we remember patterns. Folklore bridges the past and the present. Folklore is not frozen in time. It evolves. Old wisdom finds new situations. Traditional stories gain modern meaning. Personal stories told today become tomorrow's folklore. Every true story shared with a lesson, a warning, or shared wisdom contributes to living folklore. Folklore is collective memory. Storytelling is how that memory stays alive. Every time someone says, this is something my people always said, or there's a story behind why we do this, folklore becomes a story, and the story becomes a connection. This is only the beginning.